All right, here we go. You've already actually seen the opening crawl. It's a little bit different than a normal one. You just didn't know it. Imprisoned by the mighty Ziltoid the Hutt, Shadow Force is without Jedi assistance, and they are desperate to escape. The party is split. He's not a Jedi.
Close enough.
You're not a Jedi. That's the way it's supposed to be said. The party is split. Patrickson has become Ziltoid's primary source of bizarre entertainment, while the rest are in separate cells within an underground dungeon. Can they escape their prison?
Probably not.
Maybe. Is there more going on here than meets the eye? Most likely. Is there a future for Shadow Force? Probably not. And now, the conclusion of the Shadow Force trilogy. All right, Patrick.
Yes, sir.
You have received immediate medical treatment to get you back to full health because Ziltoid wanted her new toy in perfect shape. Remember, where we left off, everybody was at 0, you all was unconscious. So he got medical treatment because Ziltoid wants him in good shape.
I said lucky you, but I really.
Yeah. Every several hours, she gets bored and she forces you to dance if you're lucky.
What if he's
Or-
not lucky? Don't ask. Really,
or-
you went down.
I'll tell you later.
Or some other form of entertainment that usually ends with you getting hurt for her pleasure. And then she has you immediately treated with backed-up patches or whatever is necessary to get you ready for her next cruel version of entertainment.
If he's hurt that much, how is he so pretty?
It gets better.
Okay.
She, Ziltoid, has just awakened from her nap, and your heart sinks. Running through your mind are some of the other forms of entertainment that you have already participated in. Swimming through the slime tank that burned your skin and dissolved every hair on your body.
He's squeaking.
No more treatments.
Climbing the rope to the vaulted ceiling where Gamorreans, including Scar, the biggest Gamorrean you've ever seen, threw rocks trying to knock you off. Trying to eat one of Ziltoid's giant frog creature snacks while it was still alive.
Sounds like fun.
And the worst one, cleaning the folds of her blubber on her back. The stench. So Ziltoid, Ziltoid wakes up and she has her Santa Claus. I think it's time for some more fun, my lovely human.
I'll never look at Santa the same.
What's that?
I said I'll never look at Santa the same.
No.
You are in a large room. You've seen Star Wars, so it's kind of the typical Jabba the Hutt scene. There's like an audience chamber here. There's music going on. There's people gambling, just hanging out. Yeah, all kinds of stuff going on. It's her party chamber. So she turns to the crowd. She turns to the crowd and she says, "What will it be this time? Should it be target practice?" And the crowd goes wild. "Booby trap." And the crowd goes wild. "The obstacle course." And the
That
crowd
sounds
goes
fun.
wild. Or Gamorrean wrestling. And the crowd goes wild, but especially Scar. The big, giant Gamorrean. He stomps his feet, pounds his chest, while flexing his gigantic green muscles.
Even left.
Even left.
The crowd in the room cheers loudest for target practice. Scar looks at you and snarls.
That's pretty good.
It has become obvious that Scar is hoping that he is chosen by Ziltoid to end your life. Because apparently that happens sometimes when she gets tired of you. Or her dancers, people.
Can't blame her.
Alright, so you're about to be a participant in target practice. Okay.
That sounds fun.
Wait, a participant, not a target.
Can I inspire confidence in him?
You guys are just sitting on the floor. You guys are just
Stepped into my line of sight,
Go,
so I can
Patrick!
cast Inspire Confidence. I need to see you to do this. Can you hear me?
All right, so Patrick is tied to an 8-foot diameter disc with his arms and legs spread out to the sides. There's a balloon between your legs, and one on your left side, one on your right side, and one above your head. And then they spin the disc. And a sporting blaster is given to Scar,
What's that one?
who is doesn't really have hands for blasters. He's got gigantic fingers,
just
so
thought you made
this
it.
is not easier for him to aim. As you spin around, you see what looks like a Gamorrean smile on his drooling mouth. And here's what's going to happen.
It's hard to tell that when you're upside down.
Just for fun, you guys get to roll for Scar.
What do we roll?
Here's what we're going to do. Get back to where it was.
Don't kill me, please.
The Gamorrean fires with a 20-sided die, and he takes a -5 penalty because he can't aim very well.
No one crit.
Yeah. Patrick, you roll a 20, and I'm going to give you a +1 desperation bonus. If you roll higher than him, he hits the target. If you roll lower than him, you got hit. And he's using a sporting blaster, so what's the damage on the sporting blaster?
2d.
It is 3d4.
3d4?
Yes. It's
What's
stun
the
is
sporting
2d6.
sporting blaster rifle?
3d6.
It's 3d6.
Oh, I thought you said pistol. No, sporting pistol is 3d4.
It's 3d6 for the rifle.
Okay, well, he's using the pistol.
Okay.
Okay.
Because remember, this is Deadpool. So it's 3d4.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so we'll just start
That's
his left. So both of you are going to roll a d20. Basically, Scar has to hit all 4 targets, or he's not going to stop shooting.
Does Scar have any force points?
Scar, no, Scar actually wants to hit you. So
I've got 48 health. Hopefully I can stand through this.
Oh,
8.
-5.
Roll back at d20.
3.
There it is.
yes, all right.
Good.
So
I'm done.
target number 1 is down.
I'm done already.
No, he has to hit all 4 targets.
4 targets.
But I can wait a minute.
Who's roll?
On a crit, does that mean the bullet like bounces off of you and it goes back and hits him?
No.
Oh, wait a minute, because you're playing for Scar, so
You
would
missed
that
your
mean
roll.
like it actually hits him if it crits or something?
Yeah, if we're rolling
No,
for Scar,
he-
our crit would hit him.
Yeah, your crit would hit him.
He rolled.
Oh,
It also well,
Okay, okay.
these rules are more of just a number thing. The crit doesn't matter in this, but he just needs to roll higher. Okay,
I got
so
21,
target
he got
1 target is
Scar
down.
rolls higher, he hits
Yeah,
Patrick.
1 target is down. All right,
Anyone else
Freddy.
roll for?
Scar.
Freddy's gun.
5.
Hey.
-3.
Oh wait, no,
It's
-3.
No, it's -5.
Oh, 1.
Oh,
Yes! I get a 4.
you survived.
Barely.
All right, that's 2 targets down.
Graze the blood.
Thank you.
You got a 5, so that
Man,
minus
four.
-5. That's a 0.
Zero.
You don't even have to
Zero.
roll it because you get a +1 anyway.
18.
Okay, that's 3
I'm
targets.
actually
This is
very
really
surprised
easy.
by this.
Scar's a much better shot than we thought.
14. That's only a
No, that's a
9.
19.
It's a 9.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
minus
14.
five.
So
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine. It's 14.
I get a 14.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that's a tie.
It's a tie.
Yeah.
Then we'll just say he missed both of you.
Okay.
Totally off.
Right between them.
Yeah.
Dumb.
Well, you got
It's a
really
negative
lucky.
number.
-3.
If you roll
Hey,
a crit again.
Crit.
Wow,
Say
he's wasting
roll a
all these
negative
crits. All right,
I'm
so
very shocked that didn't hit.
shockingly, Scar hit the targets, and he looks a little bit disappointed. Yeah.
I was aiming right for his
So
chest.
yeah. So that
Which
tells
would be
you.
why Scar hit the target.
All right, so you actually survived with no damage on that one. That's pretty
Shocking.
I thought this was a torture chamber.
Yeah.
I had fun.
So you wait. They take you down.
Staggers
You
off the
wipe your
wheel.
hand off, and you think about giving him a high five, but then you probably think better of that.
Some dust.
So he's gonna break your arm. All right.
Why would we summon we save you?
All right. So
Thanks, man.
they take you down off the wheel, and they put the chain back around you, and Ziltoid closes her eyes, taking another nap.
The crowd starts throwing stuff at Scar because he can't hit you.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the rest of you guys here. See how things go with you. So all of you guys are inside of your own cell. You're not together. Oh, you know what? I forgot to draw some stuff.
Jeez, DM's not even prepared.
No, this just doesn't take long.
So you weren't hitting this time.
Not even once. Not even once.
We're actually in a dungeon.
My prettiness
But where's the
distracted.
great dragon?
I'm ticked.
They don't fit.
Yeah, that's true.
You could probably make their noise though with your gills.
Don't you think?
Scare the guards into dropping their keys.
I didn't realize we're playing Dungeons and Rankers.
That's episode 6.
Episode 6, Dungeons and Rankers.
Oh, we are kind of in. Well, you guys are kind
I
of
want to be the wizard. It's the group playing the game.
Yes.
So there's this game that's going to be invented in the future on Earth. Called Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh my gosh.
So do we get to roll to see whether we roll well?
Yes, we roll to see if we roll well.
So we roll to roll.
Yes.
So do we roll what we roll when we're playing? What we roll in?
I just want the rankers. That's all I want.
I'm kind of hoping something.
Let there be
else comes
rankers.
out. I want you all to be dumped in the ranker pit. That'd be awesome.
Why?
What?
Same team.
Same team,
So
Kyle.
I can have some entertainment too.
So he's falling in love.
I love torture.
It's so completely.
All right, so this
I never realized.
that's weird looking until I explain it.
There is a map.
Wait, what is it? This?
Tell me.
Okay.
I think it is.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I got you.
You've all been
Singing opera.
you've all been in a small, dimly lit, dirty cell for what seems like a few days now. You've had no medical attention since receiving multiple stun blasts from several Mandalorian warriors. I don't know how that happened. You've been passing some of the time by flicking around some of the rocks on the floor of your cell. The rocks look like they used to be part of the wall. Maybe somebody tried to escape these cells in the past by breaking the wall, but simply knocking on the wall, you can tell these walls are many feet thick. You're just now starting to feel normal again. You're still down one condition on the condition track, which means you all have a -1 penalty on anything you are doing. You do have full health, though. When you look out between the bars in the window of your cell door, you see what appears to be a very low-tech dungeon. The whole place appears to be made of stone, and other than a few dimly lit flickering lights on the wall, there's no electrical equipment in the half-circle shaped room. About every 15 minutes, a guard usually passes by whistling or grunting before he goes behind the curved wall in the middle of the room. Any questions? Basically, you all...
see each other?
Okay, so basically, when you look out the window, there's roughly 8 rooms inside this semicircle. So these thick places here are actually walls. These thin are doors. So basically, you're like in here, and when you look out, you guys have already tried. Like, hey guys, no one seems to be in any of these other cells. So all of you sort of have the same view. You look out this window and you see this circular wall here, and there's a wall back here that you can see, and over here. So it looks like it's just a half circle room. It doesn't look like a circle room. It looks like a half circle room from what you can tell, but you don't know what's behind this thing here.
So we can't hear or see each other.
You have not been able to see anyone else look out these windows that are in these doors, and no one has responded when you've tried to get their attention.
What are the doors made of?
The doors are basically giant metal doors with some windows, bars. You can't fit through the bars, but you can put your arm through the bar, but you can't fit through them. But yeah, basically it's stone and metal with no noticeable electronic equipment around to open the doors.
Does the curved wall right here appear to be made of the same stuff?
Yes, it looks like stone, like the rest of the place.
Can we
Any
see
other
what-
questions?
see what
I'm not
the guards-
asking you to do anything yet. I just want to know if you have questions about what you see.
Do we see where the guards are coming from when they come through there?
They come from behind one side of the wall and they go back to the other
Gotcha.
side.
So this is just curved
Yes.
stone wall.
yeah.
No door or anything.
No, they just seem to walk through the one end and go back in the other.
Gotcha.
And if I went into a force trance, I wouldn't have been able to see anything else in the room.
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm not asking you to do.
I know, I'm
anything.
just saying, like-
I want to know if you have any
Okay.
questions about a basic observance
Okay.
of what you can see in your surroundings.
What's providing the light?
There's just some like flickering lights that are kind of mounted on this wall. They're kind of dim and dirty. Those look electrical.
Power.
Yeah,
some sort of
but
thing.
yeah, it's not torchlight. It's
Now,
not,
what
it's not
kind of-
handy.
What kind of light bulbs are they? Are they lithium
Perception check.
or
They're GE.
Perception
are they
check.
GE? Okay.
Yeah.
I get up to green. They're standard dungeons.
Perception check.
Halogen.
Are they the energy saving bulbs?
Yes.
The LED part
Screw in.
Okay, I'm good then.
What are the
See if they'll-
so there's rocks on the floor in our cells?
In the cells, it looks like some of the stone has been chipped away over the many years, and there's a few rocks laying on the floor.
How about just very small?
And you've got a small cot that you can lay down on. No blankets or nothing, just like a cot.
There's a toilet.
There is a
Guys,
toilet.
let me bring the blanket.
There's
I can flip through it.
there's no way to
It's a trap.
like for the sewage, like it's pretty stable.
Yeah. Maybe you can try that later. I'm not letting you try it yet. I'm just any
Okay.
questions
Oh,
about what
that's
you
true.
have.
Okay, you
around
got
you.
it. You got
No.
Thinking some Shawshank Redemption.
I'm going to give you more information.
And none of us have any of our equipment. Everything's gone.
Nothing.
It's just
you
us and our
have your-
clothes.
you just your clothes.
We do have clothes.
Pull that up.
Yeah.
We're not naked.
Most of us do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not sure where his clothes are. He's
I'm
read
okay
the
with
key.
what I've got.
All in favor of making him wear the same clothes for the rest of the campaign?
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and continue. Those are the basics.
I'll have to re-edit.
To get more information, you need to make a perception check. You don't have to, Kyle. You're not there.
I'm good.
You can take a nap on your blubbery background.
Yeah.
13.
Hold on, I got something for Swoosh here.
My eyes
Swoosh.
quit rolling these on the page. You guys stink.
So everybody make a
We rolled
perception
twice.
check. What's that?
Oh wait, I can do that.
I got
Swoosh.
So,
You have disadvantage,
Ooh.
I got a 27.
Roll twice.
Perception roll.
and I'm also going to limit what you can get out of what I'm about to tell you, the rest of everybody.
Okay, do you want me to roll twice?
Yes, because your mind is being clouded somehow.
11 then. Went from 25 to 11.
I got a
Stupid freaking 5th edition
29.
rules.
Nice.
We rolled twice, right?
Got 27.
Roll twice for what?
Do you somehow have an advantage on perception check?
I have a plus 10 for perception.
Dude.
I have a +8.
Swoosh got 11. What'd you get,
I
Freddie?
know everything.
I forget what my
This dungeon is not up to 14.
14?
Yep.
Okay. What's-
Alright, I rolled a 27. Can I check for the resonant
Right.
frequency of myself?
What'd you get?
Echolocation of the room.
We just do that plus too.
Yeah.
That
Do you know the specific smell of the room too? I mean,
Smells
everything.
He knows what the walls taste like.
The pH in the water of the toilet. Just everything. Everything.
All right, so
I
here's
know
what you're going to
species
find
both
out.
these.
This is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do because you're all isolated. And normally, you know how you guys just, well, you don't really know that he contacted Darth Necrid. You know he did it, but you don't know he did it.
Yeah.
This is going to be a little bit different. Everybody that got above a 5, I'm going to go ahead and read this.
All right.
On the next one, Tochum doesn't get to hear it. He has to go outside. Because I'm going to give you information about your surroundings that he doesn't have. And then when we get to the part where you actually are going to start trying to figure out how to get out of your room, all of you are going to be outside except for the guy who's trying.
Okay.
So no talking when you're outside. Don't say, well, I just tried this. You know, just play it for real. No one has a clue what everybody else is doing.
What about
You get to stay and observe the whole thing.
It's the one better thing you have. You have to dress in a metal bikini, but you gotta
So-
watch everybody else's game.
Yeah, so
Where's the downside?
all right, so here's what everybody sees.
So,
This is what everybody has noticed during their short stay here.
Did you get my weapons, by the way?
Yes,
You're
sir.
not 36, okay.
Okay, all of you have noticed that there have been specifically 4 guards that have been taking their rounds through here. There have been 3 different humans and 1 Gamorrean. All of them have an identity card hanging from their utility belts. It looks like some sort of security pass that may open up some doors. Goodbye, Tochum.
Peace.
You'll be missed.
Alright, so I rolled a 27. Can I see if the first guard's name is Mel?
He even looks like that.
I had what you know. All right. Okay, so the rest of you.
everything.
I think
Okay, everybody that got a 10, you have to leave early.
I know.
When the guard goes behind that wall in the middle, you can still hear him walking, but it sounds like he's going up or down some stairs. You have to leave.
goodbye. Goodbye. May the force be with you.
better than it was this time anyway.
And then there were 5.
There's a reason I had to limit his knowledge because he has abilities you guys don't have. And so I can't let him just, oh, I figured it out. I don't want him to just figure it out and kind of ruin everybody's fun. Okay, so the rest of this is, so you've noticed that it seems like they're walking up and down some stairs. Okay. You also notice that there is a specific amount of time between when the guard leaves your room and when it sounds like he goes up the stairs, and then he eventually comes back down again. It doesn't come in through your room, but you hear him leave and go up, and then at a specific amount of time, he always comes back down.
Does he come down the same way?
He doesn't come through your room, you just hear him again. Going down. You can tell. If you're correct, there are probably multiple shaped prison floors above and below you. Allie, seriously, they were here.
People, they're outside.
Allie! Oh, it's Carrie. They're back already? Alright, so
It's
anyway,
like, what, did you get banished?
they all went up to Columbus to my nephew's birthday thingy. Okay, everybody leave. No.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
I guess it has been a while. So anyway, you guys have noticed that they go up and in a specific amount of time they come back down again. You need something?
Yes.
You want it?
No, I'm just kidding.
Just let me ask the question. Are we having fun yet?
Yeah.
Just started.
Yes.
I wonder what those two did wrong.
They nothing yet. They rolled low.
They rolled low, yeah.
Yeah, they rolled low.
I rolled great.
Yeah.
Didn't roll at
You get to
all.
hear the whole
Alright, fine, Jim.
We're just
Yeah.
What?
I told you we were gonna start late because Jim wasn't gonna get here for a while.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I did. I told you a long time ago.
Wait, go, Jim.
It's a good thing you didn't say what
It's
you
Andrew.
said.
Alright, so anyway, you guys have noticed that these guys go up the stairs and they leave the room, and then after a specific amount of time, they always go back down. Not through the room, but you hear them go down the stairs. If you're correct, there's multiple same-shaped prison floors above and below you. Assuming they're all the same shape, and it is because it's always the same amount of time. You're just guessing. And based on the travel time of the guard, Dex, it seems like there's only one more floor above you.
Okay.
Chet, it seems like there's 2 more floors above you. Gil, it seems like there's 4 more floors above you. And that is all that Dex gets.
roll low. You need to stand up and leave.
All right. For the rest of you, you have just noticed on the stone wall in the middle of the room, there are 8 small circles that are barely noticeable because they blend in with the stone surface so well. Each stone circle is directly in front of one of the prison doors in the room. You think it might be a device that opens the cell doors. And maybe if you could hit it with something, the door might open. It's not easy to do, if you want to try. Alright, everybody else can come back in now. Somebody want to grab them?
There you go.
I'm surprised that the stuff I was allowed to know. I was allowed to know everything.
So did I.
Yeah.
I'm not even down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just messing with you.
Well, I basically know nothing. I'm gonna try to escape through the toilet.
Swim, please. All drains lead to the ocean.
There are no
Go belly up, Nemo. Go.
I thought you said it was new.
Okay, there is one more thing we need you to do, all of you, except for Patrick again, is make a constitution check. I want to know who woke up first. When you guys were all placed in your cells, you were unconscious.
Just your con modifier.
Yeah, your con modifier.
How do I do 20 roll?
A d20 roll.
Don't take it.
Constitution.
That's what I was doing. It was unconscious. I was just waking up.
9.
I had disadvantage as well.
No, we can't.
13.
12.
So you know who woke up before you learned that.
14.
Who had the highest?
No, wait, we just
You
did the
have to be
modifier.
awake.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the modifier plus your roll.
Yeah.
So I got 9.
Who had the highest roll?
He had a 15. Maybe
12.
Alright, hand this to Josiah, please.
Oh, look at that. Guard brings Josiah a note. Excuse me, Gil. A note.
You when you came to, you heard. Well, I think I got the whole thing.
I'm trying to remember what it says.
I'll tell you. Probably see.
Alright.
You can keep that.
It's a
You may.
souvenir.
It might be something you want to share with everybody later.
It's a souvenir.
All right, so
Kyle.
Just talking.
We've done this year, Brian. Now where's the money?
at this point, make sure
Visiting Ziltoid land.
none of you are allowed to talk about. You guys can think about what you need to do, to see if you can come up with a way to try something. You don't know what's about to happen, but before we get to you guys actually trying to escape, we're back to Patrick.
Yay.
It's been a while, and Ziltoid got bored again. So
Sure am.
Favorite part of the day.
Ziltoid,
Can we cheer along this time?
The milkshake brings all the rest
you're trying to rest. You're trying to rest there, just recover from the trauma you went through earlier, and you've been through since you've been here. But Ziltoid has other plans. She gently pulls on your chain to wake you up. Are you ready for some more fun now, pretty?
Always.
I have something for you, my precious. Bring it in, please. Scar pushes a very large wooden crate into the room.
Oh man.
There appears to be some kind of explosive device on top of it. Scar comes over and picks you up as if you were a doll and carries you over to the box.
Pretty dope.
Look at the box.
Look at it.
It's time to play booby trap. And the crowd goes wild.
Whoa! I also have the exact voice when I hear your word.
Scar tosses you into the box, and you hear several electrical and mechanical noises, as if the box now has some sort of locking mechanism attached to it. You need to get out of this box without blowing yourself up.
Oh, dang.
So you're put inside of a large wooden box, and the door is closed. There are explosives attached to the box. You must figure out how to unlock the box from the inside without blowing yourself up. Here's the rules. There are 3 stages to get out of this box. Stage 1 requires Patrick to disarm an electric charge that's attached to the lock mechanism. So first of all, even touching the lock mechanism is going to hurt you. You need to be able to disarm the charge that's on the locking mechanism. So I need you to roll a d20. And the question, do you have any mechanical skills? I will give you a mechanical check on it.
I have a +1. +2.
I will give you a +2 on your rolls.
Alright. 20.
20?
Not natural.
You made it. That part is done. Stage 2.
Can we hear how he did it?
How he did it?
Yeah, without hurting himself.
You just tell us how you did it.
He didn't cut the red wire.
Scar put it together. It's not very that hard.
Yeah, I know.
Go write this
There's a switch that said on and off.
Oh man, I don't know what to do.
All right, stage 2. You have to pick the lock. You have to pick the trapped lock, which now it's no longer trapped. So
Trapped lock.
yeah, it was trapped. It's no longer trapped.
It's not a trap.
However, if you don't pick the lock correctly, there is another device there that will hurt you.
Sounds reasonable.
So again, another mechanical skill.
16.
That was close. These actually go up every time.
Oh.
He's
Roll it the wrong way, man.
you have avoided some damage there.
So tell me how you did it.
Very careful.
Hey, don't cut
All
the
right,
red wire.
the final
Be very
stage.
careful.
The final stage.
It was a bobby pin.
Yeah, you picked the lock, but you have
Provided by
to figure out how to disarm the explosive that's actually attached to opening the door.
explosive.
He's writing a diary.
Yeah. Just making sure I remember the steps that I've taken.
Okay.
I didn't explode.
Mechanics check.
Another check.
Mechanics again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes!
Critic! Unbelievable! That hurt you!
This is like a wonderland for Kyle.
That one actually required a D20.
Give me
So lucky.
I gotta double check that one.
Alright.
Now the crowd
well,
really does turn on
You're
the
ruining all the
crowd.
fun, man.
Chamber.
You're ruining all the fun.
I'm having a lot of fun.
Kyle,
Well, you get hurt a lot.
Kyle,
She's
what do
put me in the box like 3 times before, so I know that.
Oh, you got it. This is
Yeah.
like him being on Fear Factor.
Kyle, what do you think about Disney World?
That's too boring.
Alright,
I got a
well,
place for you.
unfortunately for the rest of us, Patrick did not get blown up for fun.
So, do we explode?
No, nobody got to explode.
Oh. You're making this.
I get to enjoy this another day.
Alright, at the end of that little scene, they yank you out of the box. Everyone's disappointed.
You suck.
Might have to up the ante on the next one because you're getting too good at this stuff.
I'm pretty happy.
At the end of all this, they chain you back up to the dais where she sits, but she gets a message, and she tells everybody that she'll return momentarily. So she disappears for a little while.
How long does it take her
So
to
there's
get
no one there to hold my chain.
You're chained to the thing she sits on.
How long does it take her to exit the room?
She doesn't really
She left it
matter.
at snail's pace.
Just wondering.
She's also pregnant.
She's really sorry. She has to.
Not my baby, I swear.
All right.
Not my baby.
That means it's back to everybody else now.
Oh, I'm pretty good. That's getting hurt.
Yeah. 20 and 20. I thought I was guaranteed to have at least get hit by something.
I'm too good.
Yeah, you might have cheated. Disadvantage. All right, now it's time for the rest of you to figure out how to get out of your cells. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to start with Gil, and everyone else has to leave again.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.
I'm gonna get water.
Grab a water.
Kyle, you can say.
I'm getting water.
Is there a order? Do you know what? Oh, do you know what order we're going in?
I do. We'll just have the guy that leaves tell the next person to come back in.
I'm only asking because I'm going to grab some pizza.
Oh.
That'll be the order. Although,
Good luck.
Yeah, you got You might as well stay over there. I might need you as a messenger once in a while.
Okay.
Alright, so what we're going to do is right now it's between the guard rotation time. Somebody has recently left the area, so right now there's no one apparently around, no guards.
Okay.
So you are now able to either one, you can somehow try to communicate with the people because you think there might be on other floors. Or two, you can attempt to do whatever physical activity you want to do.
So it's just me in the cell, the door, like a toilet, and bed. And then outside the door are the little dots on the wall.
Yes.
Just the ceiling, just a flat.
So earlier, everyone has already tried to hey guys, is anybody here? But now you think there's also people on other floors.
Yeah.
And then also there's possibly a target to hit that looks like it might be a switch.
Sure.
Is there enough room to jump on the bed?
If you feel like jumping on the bed, you jump on
skill check? I fall off.
Broke his arm. Roll a 1.
Can I disassemble the bed? Is there a sink or just a toilet?
There's a toilet. That's it.
There's no bed, so it's just flat
There's a
floor.
cot.
A cot. Is there a way to disassemble the cot?
You might be able to break it. Make a strength check to see if you can break something.
Psych.
Don't you have one of those robotic skill things? Like, or the mechanics or something? So, I don't remember.
He doesn't have any tools.
I have surgical expertise.
We'll assume that it's like a piece of metal, shaped metal and fabric.
Sure. And there's chunks of stone lying on the ground from where other people may have tried to get out. Incorrect. So I guess the first thing I'll try to do is take the stone and throw it at the little circles on the wall.
Alright. Make a check there. I am not going to give, this is like a improvised weapon, so you're not going to get a bonus to your throw.
Okay.
Because some of these, almost everybody here has dex for ranged, and I'm not counting this as ranged.
Sure.
This is modified weapon thing. So yeah, make a roll.
This is a 1.
The bad news is when you threw it, the rock actually didn't go through the bars. The good news is you still have your rock.
Right.
And okay, that's your physical action that I'll give you on this round to try to get out. Did you want to try to communicate somehow?
Yeah, I could yell.
Okay, what do you want to yell?
Really good question. Oh, man.
One word, sentence, anything? Declaration of Independence? It's not that hard.
I guess just yell.
Pick a word or something though. Like hey or hello or whatever. Can you hear me?
Okay.
You're gonna yell hey? Okay.
No.
You don't have to roll to yell.
Okay.
But I do need you to send in Totem.
So I can get this clear in my imagination. Was it a booming hey or was it hey?
You definitely yelled with the intention of someone hearing you outside of this room.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Send in Totem.
With only 3 link throws, because.
Nice. Love it. I got a plan. How to get out of
Okay.
here. It's very genius.
Okay. It is now your turn. Basically, I'm going to give you a physical thing you can try, and then also if you want to, like, say something. So basically, those are your 2 things you can do. You can try something physical, or you can try to communicate somehow with people.
Okay. So I can't.
Oh,
try
and by the
both.
way, before you actually do anything, I need you to roll do a d20, do a perception check.
And that's Constitution modifier.
No, perception is actually one of your ability, your skills. So, what skill?
Oh,
That page.
Oh, gotcha. And it's the skill bonus.
That's either way. 4.
Okay. So you got a 7? Alright, so you just heard a loud noise that sounded like it was like somebody yelled.
Like somebody yelled.
You have no idea what they just tried to say at all. It just echoes off these rocks like you can't believe.
Okay.
But somebody definitely just yelled.
Alright. And what's the. So can I try the physical and then?
You do either one.
I can't do both.
You can do both. Either one first, sorry.
Alright. So does the what is it called?
Oh, and also right now you're between guard rounds, so there's no risk right now of any guards being around.
Oh, there's no guards at all.
Yeah, you know that there's like 15 minutes between guards,
Oh,
and somebody had left
This-
recently, so right now there's nobody.
I was going to bribe the guard with some death sticks that I had stuck up my butt before we went to prison.
Well, we're
What?
not done yet.
Okay.
Eventually, I'm going to have you guys all try something again with a guard walking by. So
Okay.
if you want to hold off on your butt candy.
Alright, can I yell and say, hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
Something like
is
that?
Yeah, well, yes. Specifically tell me what you want to yell. Because it seems like somebody can hear you from another floor, or you would know you heard something from another floor.
Hey, who's there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. And that is the end. You don't have anything else physical you want to try.
Physical?
I know you don't have as much information as a few of the other guys do.
I'd
Cool.
like to, since
You
I have
wanna-
a
you wanna try-
mechanical, I have 11 mechanics, maybe I can use one of the rocks to mess with the window.
You can try.
Try.
Yeah, go ahead and give it a rock check skill.
It's 11. It's 28 plus 11.
Oh what?
That's 31.
31.
Holy cow! You critted that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to say there are 4 bars in this. Okay.
Mhm.
You actually have busted one of the bars at the bottom or the top. You pick.
And this is the window.
Yes, it's a barred window. The door has a window in it, but there's bars across the window.
And
It's big enough you
What do
can
you mean
see
by the top?
the top of the window. So, yeah, the door's not going to come out. You're not going to get through the door with the rock, but you've actually managed to bust one of the bars where it's attached to the door.
So the
So
top part of it's
you
disconnected.
basically got a body shaped, not shaped, but we'll call it about a foot and a half wide,
Mhm.
by probably another foot and a half or so.
Yeah.
But it has 4 bars across it. If you can get all them bars out, you can crawl out.
Alright, so I got one of them out.
You got one of them broke at one end. You might have to bend it and pull it down. That'll take a different check. But you also got to realize too, if somebody walks by and sees one of your bars.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not noticeable.
But if I take it all out, it is.
Yes.
Can I go for another bar?
Not this turn. That was your physical action.
Okay.
So you've yelled, "Hey, who's there?"
Yeah.
And you've broken a bar. Cool. Very good job. Now send in Chet.
Alright, check.
Is there a possibility?
Well, I feel like with the limited knowledge I had,
Hey, that was
I
Good.
still got the
Good
death
job.
stick.
that was
Still
good.
got the death stick.
Okay.
I feel like he made more progress than Gil.
That he did something that I had no expectations of they trying. I knew that.
The mail came.
Awesome. Okay,
Digging
Chet.
out the
First
silver.
thing I need you to do. He'll eventually come back in here. The first thing I need you to do is make a perception check. 21. Alright? You just, even though you just heard aloud, somebody's yelling. It's echoing really bad in there, but it sounded like Tochum. And it sounded like he said, "Hey, who's there?"
Why is everybody out there?
Because they're trying to escape a prison and they can't help each other. So they're doing it one at a time.
And I'm not.
Hey, it's nerd day. It's nerd day. You knew better than to ask.
No, it's gay.
So you heard somebody yell, and it sounded like it was Tochum, and it sounded like he said, "Hey, who's there?" During your turn, what you know is right now there's no guards present. This particular round of everybody trying something involves the fact that the guard has recently already been there, so you know you've got about a 15-minute window where no one's going to walk by. And you can do one physical attempt on something, and you can try to communicate with people.
Y'all are gay and nerdy.
I am very happy right now, thank you.
How far away is this wall?
But that's what the word means.
About 15 feet.
So you're not an arm's length.
No. Not in your own.
Am I allowed to wait until a guard passes by me?
Brad, the water's over here. Anybody.
Okay.
When the guard walks by my cell,
The next round is going to have a guard walk by. So the first round, what we're doing is while no one's around, I'm going to do this again with a guard going through everybody's.
well, am I allowed to wait until?
If you want to postpone any action, yes. You can also, like I said, you can do two things. I'll give you a physical thing you can try, and you can also attempt to communicate. You just heard Tochum yell, "Hey, who's there?"
My stuff is completely gone. So. Is there any part of the cot that's in there? Like, can you like screw any part of it off, or is it like,
Well, one, you don't have any tools, and the cot itself looked like it's made of one piece of metal bar that's just been shaped and welded, and then there's a fabric on top of it. That's all. Like a canvas fabric.
I want to try. I'm gonna take the fabric that's sitting on there. I'm gonna ball it up and like completely compress it as much as I can and try to throw it at the circle.
Okay, first make a strength check. I want to see if you can tear it off of metal because it's basically stitched around.
Oh, okay. 15.
Yes, you did. You're able to tear it off. Now you want to ball it up and try to.
Then try to throw it at that circle.
Okay. There's no modifier for this because it's an improvised thing. It's not a ranged weapon. So make another roll. Your fabric is laying out on the floor now. You hit the wall, but you didn't hit what you were trying to hit. Do you want to try to communicate at all?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Who's next?
Send in. Let's send in Dex. I'm sorry, you just have to watch, but you get to actually observe.
This is interesting.
None of them have a clue what's going on around them, and me and you are sitting here like, you know.
Calamarian thinks we're racist.
All right, so here's what you know right now.
Second level down.
This particular round, you guys are going to get to try more than one time to do something. This first round, everyone is going. The guard has recently left, so you know you have about a 15-minute window before another guard shows up.
Okay.
So during your turn, you can try something physical once, or you can try to communicate with somebody some way.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna yell at the hall and see if anybody responds.
Okay. What do you want to yell specifically?
We've not been able to see if there's anyone out there, right?
No. You know there's nobody in the cells that you're in your
So
room,
I know for sure there's no one in the cells in there.
but I believe recent activity, you do believe there's more than one floor.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll just yell. Is anybody out there?
Okay. do you want to try anything physical?
I realize, what are the walls? The floors are made of the same thing. the walls are?
Everything's basically made out of stone.
Stone.
This-
Except
Your
for
door is metal and looks pretty sturdy. There's about a 1.5 by 1.5 window in it that has 4 bars.
and
And
there's nothing else in the room.
And there's a cot in the room. People have already asked about this. The cot appears to be made out of one
Right.
bar that's basically, well, it has no individual pieces and then fabric sewn across the 2 bars so you can lay on a cot.
Can I break the cot apart? Try and pry the bars over the window?
You can certainly try to do that. You can make a strength check to see if you can break the cot.
D20.
Yep. And plus your strength modifier.
Crit.
Okay. You have broken it.
Okay.
So I'll assume you've got the bar shape. Since you critted it, you've got exactly the piece that you wanted.
Okay.
And you want to try to pry one of the bars.
I want to try to pry the bar. Yeah.
Okay. And then just make another strength check.
So that's 16.
I'll give you advantage because you're using a bar.
Okay.
Advantage means you can roll twice and take the higher roll.
Yeah, the 16 was not.
Okay. You managed to bust one of the bars. It's disconnected now from the top.
Okay.
It's not noticeable, so if a guard does walk by, they can't see that. But to bend it down out of your way, I'd need you to make another check, but that's up to you.
Can I fit between?
You need
If
to
I
get,
get this bar out of the way,
you
can I
get
fit
all
out?
4 of them out of the way.
I have to do all 4. Let's try to break another bar.
I'm not going to let you guys make this
Okay.
many
Okay.
checks in one turn.
Okay.
So you yelled and you've done your
Yep.
physical activity. You are done.
Okay.
Send in the other guy.
The last guy.
Swoosh. So yeah, they have to roll like a 15 to actually understand what the other guy yelled.
We should hear the conversations going on out there.
I'd rather not.
We need another
We
camera.
decided that.
Just sit over here.
Okay. Do I need any of my stuff?
No, you don't need any.
Hello down there.
All right. So what you know is on this round, you guys are going to try more than one time.
Okay.
On this round, the only thing you really know is the guard has recently been in, so you know you've got about a 15-minute window of no guards.
Okay.
I need you to make a perception check.
Yeah.
What's your?
I'm.
Okay, just go ahead. Before you start,
Perception?
perception check.
15.
Okay. You heard somebody yell. It's really bouncing off the walls. Bad. These stone walls make some serious echoes. However, it sounded like Dex, and it sounded like he probably said something like, "Is anybody out there?" That's kind of what you make from it.
Okay.
So on your turn, you can try to do something physical, and you can try to do some way to communicate. That's what you can do on this turn.
I have all the time I need to think.
No, because we're playing a game. And
What? Other than that.
yeah, that's what you were doing out there. Except for you didn't know all the details. Also, the door looks really, really sturdy. It's metal. It does have like a 1.5 by 1.5 window in it. It has 4 bars.
And Dark been downstairs all the time we didn't go.
Yeah.
Is there anybody around me that I can see?
It's your what?
Is there anybody out there, like, in this area that I can see?
No, you know you've got about a 15-minute window
Oh, okay.
because the guards have been steady. You're taking a nap.
Okay. It's better than trying to please Ziltoid. So.
I can't believe you haven't been hurt yet.
I'm perfectly okay with it. So. I found this to be pleasurable, making a fool of Scar.
Mm-hmm.
You said I can tell or make out that it's Dex.
Yes, it actually sounds like that.
Okay, can I use telepathy? Talk to him. I need a DC 15 use the force check to come to the same planet. Yes.
Holy cow.
It can go all the way into a different
Yes,
quadrant
I will
galaxy.
I'll let you do that.
I need a DC 15. What's the use? Force plus 7. I got it.
What do you want to say?
I think I was actually gonna get it. He said is anyone here, right? Or can you?
It sounded like you said there's anybody out there.
I gotta tell him I'm here, but I can't escape, and I'm in a round room with what would you call it?
Semicircle.
A semicircle in the middle. And as for something else, physical. Let's see. I don't think I can pilot my way out of here.
Probably not.
I've got cooking. How bolted in is the toilet?
It appears to be pretty sturdy. I mean, it's basically metal, and you don't even see any.
It's in the ground.
It's in the ground.
It's not like
It's-
screwed in,
yeah.
it's in the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also have a cot in the room in case you missed that part.
Okay. From what I've seen in my time in here, how often do the guards check up?
Every 15 minutes, somebody
Every
walks
15?
by.
Okay.
And specifically, I think you were on the list before. Specifically, there's 3 humans and 1 Gamorrean.
Okay. I would like to look unconscious.
Okay.
Appear to be injured in some way, possibly like near the toilet, kind of.
Okay.
Like you would think someone would look unconscious.
He OD'd on death. He was cute.
All right. Technically, you need to do that on your next turn. The next turn, somebody will be going by.
Okay, that's just how I want to finish it.
Okay. So you want to appear to be injured.
Yes.
That will end up being a like a persuasion or whatever. What's that called? Deception. A deception check.
Yeah, deception. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've telepathied with Dex, and now you want to look like you're laying injured. Okay. And we'll do deception next time. Send in a guild, please.
Do you want to go out your way?
Oh yeah.
No, it's 10 below up there.
No, I was hoping it was green.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're like, what would happen if it was
Yeah,
raining?
I actually looked at the weather, and then because I did have this all being done with everybody sitting here, and now it's like, oh, maybe it's nice outside.
There's no water.
I thought it was
Go
good
get the. Yeah, there's water down there.
Yo,
Yeah, Gil's
You know, a really cool element, by the way.
now. What's that?
A really cool element.
Oh, okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah. There's the water.
Hey, chips taste good.
All right, you ready? I need you to make a perception check.
Okay. Six.
Do you have any modifier to that?
Oh, yeah, 16.
16. Okay.
Or maybe 11, because, wait, is the, when you do the skill bonuses for skills, do you round up for half level?
So 16 total. Okay. You hear, because remember you yelled, "Hey!" It really bounces off these walls. There's a lot of echo going on, but you've heard it sounded like Tochum, and it sounded like Tochum yelled out, "Hey, who's there?" That's what it sounds like. However, on this turn, there's a Gamorrean guard walking through your area. Do you want to try anything again?
Say with my 3 esophaguses, I recently learned how to play music. So I'm wondering if I could play like a
Feels like a love.
whoa, sorry. We were talking about that. That's why. What's your name? Because I started a rave party again. No.
Charlie.
What is? I have a +10 in persuasion. Could I try to persuade the guard to give me more information?
Sure.
Do I have House of Knowledge and Sociology, or whatever it is? So I might know some stuff about memory. How they work. 8, it's 18. 18 and persuasion.
What do you actually want him to persuade him to do?
Or I'm sorry. Just give me information. I guess.
Okay, the guard basically growls at you. He can't actually speak basic.
Okay.
But you get the impression that he is not wanting you to do anything but just lay in your room and shut up.
So can I wait until he leaves?
Okay, so he walks out of the room. And now what do you want to do?
Can I try to throw the rock again?
Mhm.
And how many circles are there? There are more than one, or is there just?
There's 8. There's one in front of each door, apparently.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why you think they might be switch devices.
Yeah, I'll try to throw the rock again.
Okay, roll.
12.
All right, you successfully make it through the bars, and you hit the wall just off to the right of the switch.
Okay.
The stone. So you have missed.
Okay.
And your turn is done. The only thing I will let you do if you want to, you can try to yell again, because you did hear Tochum say, "Who's there?" Hey, who's there?
Who do you think?
Said you wanted to sing.
It's funny because I just heard a remix of that song. I guess yell back Gil.
Okay.
You're not gonna be professional, be like Dr. Gilligan.
Dr. Gilligan.
All right, your turn is done. Send in Tochum again.
Right.
I can't wait to see how this next one goes. Does he really have stuff in his place?
Oh gosh.
All right, so at the beginning, I need you to actually make a perception check.
Perception is not very good right now. So 6.
All right, you remember you did yell out. You yelled "Hey!"
Yeah.
You actually hear somebody else yell, and I'm sorry, you yelled out "Hey, who's there?" and because you heard somebody yell something. This time, after you yelled out, "Hey, who's there?" you do actually hear somebody that you hear another yell, but it sounded like they said Bill.
Bill.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of echo going on. So
Yeah.
It sounds like Bill.
Bill. Okay.
So now on this turn, to start out your turn, a Gamorrean walks into this room, coming in from this side, and he's going to pass like he usually does.
Yeah.
So is there something you want to do interaction-wise with this guy?
Yes. Because I know Gamorreans are really stupid, and I have some death sticks. I'd like to.
I gotta ask one question. Do you really have death sticks in your butt?
I do.
Okay, just checking. It's one of your things of that's the way you get them through customs.
Yeah, I swallow. I'm so
You just use it.
immune to the effects that I just swallow.
Okay, so you want to offer to selling? What do you wanna do?
Basically trade for the card.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And hopefully he's like he has an addiction or something. So
All right. I don't think there's really anything you need to roll for on this one. He basically looks at you. He's got his vibro axe.
Yeah.
And he growls and kind of jumps at you with the vibro axe to try to scare you, and then grunts and walks away. It was a cool move, though.
that was
I will let you know this could go on a little bit. There are human guards. You guys know that there's 3 human guards and 1 demonic guard.
okay.
So now, okay, so he walks out.
Yeah.
And you still have the ability to try another physical thing, and
Yeah.
also if you want to try to yell again.
And my perception is horrible, so I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna break another one of those bars.
Okay, within the rock.
With the,
Okay.
So I have 4 bars, correct?
There's 4 bars total.
How many do I need to fit?
To
through?
fit, you're probably gonna need all 4 of them now because it's
All
only the window's only about the size of a person.
Okay, so I'll break another one.
Okay, you gotta use a rock to break it. So go ahead, make a good roll.
The mechanics, is that what I use?
It should be a strength check. I think you were gonna use mechanic to take the bed apart, but it needed.
Or I was
Broken.
gonna take the
The screws
bolts
out.
or something of the.
Yeah, I'll give you mechanics if you want to see if you can do something. Whichever one's better. Mechanics or strength add on.
So if I still have 4 bolts to pull the window out.
You need to break 3 more bars. You broke 1.
Okay.
And then you just have to bend them down.
All right, I'll use mechanic then. 11. All right, 14.
All right, that one did not break. Do you
Okay.
want to yell anything?
Am I able to? I used to.
Well, you had a special interaction with the guard. So
He just came by and that
Yeah,
was-
he walked by. He's gone.
Okay.
So I'll still give you your physical and your.
Okay, I'll yell. Who's there? Something like that.
That's what you said last time.
Oh, okay. Well, he said Bill, but I don't know if that's even what he said.
You can come back with, who?
How would I say? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
All right, your turn is done. Send in Chet.
We did that earlier. I heard.
Chet didn't yell.
No, Seth told us to be quiet.
Yeah.
Woke him passed out. And I'm just upstairs enjoying myself. So.
All right, I need you to make a perception check first.
Crit.
Okay.
Nice.
First, there's a lot of echo in this stone building, but it sounded like it sounded like Dex, and it sounded like you said, "Is anybody out there?" But then After you heard that, roll again.
Again?
Yes.
17.
And after you heard that, you also heard what sounded like Totem yell, "Where are you?" So it sounds like a couple of your friends are somewhere nearby, and you've heard both of them yelling, and that's what it sounded like they said. At the beginning of this turn, the Gamorrean guard is on his patrol. He's going to walk through here. You can choose to attempt to interact with him. And then after he's gone, I will let you do the same things you did last time. You can have a physical attempt at something and a good attempt to communicate.
When he walks by, does he seem a little startled that there's this wall of fabric from when I threw it?
Oh, that's very good. Yes, when he walks by, he sees the fabric laying there, and he ends up taking it over to one of the other. He growls at you, and he can't speak basic, so he just kind of shakes his axe at you and growls. And then he goes over to the far room here. Well, he actually pushes the wall, and the door opens, and then he throws that in there, and then he leaves unless you want to talk to him.
Okay. When he bends over to pick it up from the ground,
Yeah.
Is my arm reach far enough so that I can like try and pickpocket the keys from him?
No, because remember, it's like 15 feet, so he's like at least 10 feet away because he threw the thing over here. But you have actually seen that is a switch on the wall. He opened up another door.
Well,
Apparently he didn't get what you were trying to do. Actually, you know what? No, I was going to say I'll give you a chance at it, but the way the door is, you wouldn't be able to actually. The door is kind of, mid-height. You wouldn't be able to actually reach
I've got really
down.
long
You got really long
arms.
arms. No, I'm not going to let you do that yet.
I have no idea. Completely threw everything off.
But it's a good idea for the next time. You could always throw something out there intentionally close to the door.
Not a bad idea.
Everybody's come up with ideas that never even crossed my mind.
Some of the social interactions are kind of
Yeah.
strange too.
Is there anything else in the room that I can throw, but not like out of
There are rocks laying on the floor that have been busted out of the wall.
I want to like kind of drop a rock nearby so that he reacts to it and goes over to see what it is. That just happened.
Okay. Well, he's going to actually leave. I mean, you can drop it because there's other guards that are going to come by. If you want to drop one closer.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've now got a rock outside. I'll let you remember that when you come back. Do you want to try anything else physical? I mean, that's not really that physical. Drop a rock. Do you want to make another attempt at the wall?
Pick up another rock.
Okay.
And try to throw it.
Okay.
No modifier or anything.
No, because this is this isn't really a weapon too. Okay. Yeah, you missed it. Do you want to yell anything?
I'll yell.
You've heard two people yelling.
I'll yell. Yeah, I need some help.
Send in Dex. Nobody's talking about their escape plan out there.
No, not really. We've come up with some humorous ideas.
Oh, okay.
She's like, there's people going around.
All right. So start off your turn with a perception check. Actually, before you, go ahead and do the perception check first. Crit.
No,
All right.
I know everything.
Nice. You guys are gonna roll all these crits before you get to combat.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, you did actually just hear. It sounded like Chet,
Okay.
and he said, "Yeah, I need some help."
Okay. That's helpful.
Yeah. So what you also, something just really strange has just happened to you. You clearly heard Swoosh's voice in your head. It said, "I'm here, but I can't escape. I'm in a round room with a semicircle wall, and I can't get out."
Okay.
So yeah, that just happened in your head. And
Okay.
you probably remember he's sort of a force-sensitive type of person. Now, at the beginning of your turn,
Without force, I can't say anything back to him.
you can't communicate with him. Yeah, so I wasn't going to question his thought process. I think he just assumed he had a better chance of that than me yelling.
Okay.
But you yelled out, "Is anybody out there?"
Yeah.
So his sentence started off like it sounded like he heard
I'm
you.
here. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Now, at the beginning of your turn, it's the Gamorrean's round. So
Okay.
he's going to walk from his typical this side to that side.
Okay.
So the first thing is, do you want to do anything with him in the room?
Can I see if I can talk him into somehow coming into the room thing? Claim that I'm hurt. Claim that I need.
Try to do.
Do they bring? Do they bring food?
I didn't really think that far ahead, but I'll assume that yes, you had to have some sort of meal. They'll
Okay.
probably just toss it to them.
All right. So I'm going to ask if he can bring me some water.
Okay. Make a. It's not a deception. We'll just do a persuasion check. Should be one of your skills. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You guys done yet?
Heck no.
Not even
They haven't even escaped yet.
All right, so it's 6 on that skill on that bonus, right? If it's on persuasion, right?
Yes.
I just add that to 8.
Alright, he basically grunts at you, shakes his axe, and walks away. So now you can do the same thing you did last time.
All right.
You can do a physical thing, and you can do a vocal thing.
I will. I'm try to pop another one of those bars up.
Okay, and I gave you advantage because you had.
Yeah. So 2 or 1. Hold on. I'll give you 1.
No, I gave you roll twice.
Roll. That was a 3.
Okay.
It's a 7.
Plus your strength modifier, which I'm guessing isn't
A 1.
That's okay. Yeah, that's not
That's what
going
I'm
to do
saying.
it.
That's a
That's
7.
not going to do it. Do you want to yell anything?
I'm going to yell from Mephisto, see if he's out there, because I don't know whether he's there.
You want to specifically yell
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I would, even though.
Yeah, he is your son. All right, that's the end of your turn. Send in Swoosh.
Fish face.
Fish face. Tuna man.
Claims to be. He claims that you're racist.
That's okay. I am.
Should I go get him some pizza?
You're eating healthy food? You're looking at pizza? Oh, you're on the pizza. See, just take some pizza.
Wow, I need to save that for you fellas. Seems like you're gonna be here a while.
She's not happy about that.
Don't go outside.
Don't go outside.
Is it up there that it was when I went out?
No, just kind of sum up what we were talking about.
Here, let me just give you your stuff. That way you don't have to sneak around.
Well, I wanna know what you're talking about, Logan.
Naked basketball.
Oh.
Okay!
I told you.
Okay, so on your last turn, you planted in his head.
Right.
I'm here, but I can't escape him around the room, semi-circle wall, and I can't get out.
Did it work?
He heard it clearly.
Ah.
Now I need you to make a perception check.
Okay.
Now, why do you get this thing?
Because he can't do the same thing you do.
Because I'm a slave and I'm not involved. in
Critical
any of
miss?
Yeah.
Critical miss! Okay,
I got a +6 for my modifier.
that actually counts. Critical misses really only matter for, if you get it, it's still a 6.
7.
Okay, so you hear him yell, but the echoing just kind of made it sound like he said, a pistol. That's what you heard.
Okay.
So now what do you want to do there? At the beginning of
How's
your
the guard?
turn, the Gamorrean guard is he's going to walk. He's doing his normal circuit through here, and then after you interact with him however you want to, then we're kind of going to do the same thing as last time. He's going to walk away, and you can try to do the same thing you did last time.
Cool.
So you decided you wanted to appear to look injured.
Yes.
Do you want to attempt to get his attention?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want to do?
That.
Not that.
Excuse you.
I would like to blood-curdling scream and scream out, "Oh, my head."
What'd you do?
I don't know. I hit the
Way to
toilet.
think ahead. What if he asks you?
I hit the toilet. I tried to swim for head first.
You try to swim. You
I
try to dive.
dived.
You dove in.
Oh!
Okay.
Didn't work.
He definitely looks your way, but I want you to do a deception check. You've definitely got his attention. The question is he going to fall for it at all?
Well, he was a street performer.
That was a good act. I fell for it. I thought he was dying.
12.
12?
Yes.
Okay, so he actually does come over towards your room to peer into the window to see what you've done.
Okay, hold on. I think I have actually.
That would be great. Let's get a.
So he's close now.
Yes.
My turn.
Okay.
Does he have at least an intelligence of 3 or higher?
Yes.
He's line of sight. He must exceed his weapon defense. Use a force check.
We need to quit it.
Oh yeah. I got it. 21. No, 23.
Okay. And what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
I want him to come in here. Give me what was it? The rules?
The little card?
Yeah. And I want him to leave the door open
Okay.
and leave.
All
After
right.
he gives me the card.
Okay.
Oh,
So
and I want him to give me the information of the others. Where they're located.
okay, he doesn't actually speak. He
English?
can't speak basic,
Basic,
but he can
okay.
understand.
Can I read his mind? Like, can I?
What?
Can I point? You probably
Yeah. He can point for it. So
Thanks,
first,
Kyle.
okay. So first of all, you want him to open the
Which,
door.
can I just say I came out of that door so I know where he's pointing?
Yes.
Okay, I came out that door.
So okay, so you want him to open this door.
Yeah.
Okay. He actually walks away from you and pushes a button on the wall that you haven't noticed yet.
I did not know it. Oh, yeah, horrible perception check.
Yeah, a few of the other guys have been trying to hit that thing. So he goes over and he hits this button on the wall. There's like a round stone. It blends in with the wall. That's why you use a really high roll. But it's different than the rest of the stone wall. But there's one in front of each door. So he goes over, he hits this button, your door opens, he hands you his key card, and then you ask him where the rest are, and he points down.
Down?
Yes.
Like, down. Not
Well,
down.
He actually walks you over to here,
Okay.
and you see a circular staircase that actually goes to multiple
Down.
floors, but you're actually, you can tell that there's only one more floor above you.
Can I ask where the weapons are? Like, can I just say weapons?
Uh,
And ask him where
he points down.
down as well?
And then he walks away because that's what you asked him to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have his key card, although it wasn't needed to open the door. And now you hear some talking going on above you. So you actually walk up. You walked up the stairs a little bit because you recognize one of the voices. It's very clear that you know who one of these voices are.
Can I know who they are?
You know who they are. Or you know who this one. You hear clearly Darth Neckard talking to someone that sounds like a Hutt, but with a slightly higher voice.
Does he need to be in here?
It doesn't matter about him.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest of them don't
She
know
left.
this yet. What?
Wait,
She left the room, remember?
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
She's-
they knew that or not, so I stopped and thought.
That doesn't matter. He knows it now.
Okay.
Well, yeah, the rest of them didn't really know that, but they know.
Okay. Well, he
It
heard
doesn't
her
matter.
anyways,
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
So anyway, you clearly hear Darth Neckard talking to what sounds like a female Hutt. This is the conversation you hear. The Hutt says, "This deal is getting old. It wasn't supposed to take this long." What'd you say?
I said the voice.
It's kind of long.
Okay, I understand.
She says, "It wasn't supposed to take this long. My employees are getting nervous because I can't tell them why they're not allowed to leave." Darth Neckard says, "What's the matter, Ziltoid? Are you not happy with how rich I've made you? I'm sure you can handle this little problem." The Hutt says, "I told you, Lord Neckard, stop calling me Ziltoid when we're alone. You know that isn't my real name. You made it up as a front for your secret crime organization. And while I've enjoyed the income you have provided, this project has gone on much longer than you promised. I want to go back to Tatooine and work with my brother again." He says, "Relax. I won't need you much longer, Big Bertha. My plan is almost complete."
Can I make a check real quick to see if I recognize Big Bertha anywhere? That name anywhere?
Sure.
What kind of check would that be?
Okay, that's
Yeah, it'd be like a galactic lore, I guess.
a knowledge
Not-
check.
It's kind of a history. It's a knowledge check, but knowledge is specific to.
Is there a history check? Gather information?
Gather information requires you to go to computer terminals and stuff.
The only thing I think would be close enough is I just use a wisdom and knowledge check.
Well, technically, that knowledge requires you to. You're supposed to select specific knowledge. There's knowledge
Oh,
has
are you?
multiple things. I don't think you wrote yours.
No, I didn't.
Just use your wisdom modifier.
Just like I have a knowledge and power.
Okay, my bad. Wisdom modifier?
Yeah.
23.
Okay. So you recognize the name as there used to be a couple of Hutts on Tatooine. You kind of forgot about it because it just hasn't been mentioned for so
So
long. But you do actually recognize that, hey, Great Bertha does sound familiar. One of those types of things. So he says, "Relax, I won't need you much longer, Big Bertha. My plan is almost complete. Now that idiot Force user I've been using is captured, the Jedi will eventually send someone to rescue him and his team. They will go to your brother for information. He will send them here since he will believe a Jedi will be your best chance of escape. He's done well protecting your identity. Well, I hope your plan works. Keep me out of the fight. I didn't accept your bargain to be a casualty of your war. What do you get out of all this anyway? If Luke Skywalker shows up and I kill him, I am pretty much guaranteed a seat on the Dark Council. If it's one of the other masters, I should at least be promoted to War Coordinator, the ones who are responsible for carrying out the plans made by the Dark Council. I'll be meditating in my chambers. You can carry on with business as usual." And she says, "Wait, what do I do with the prisoners once your Jedi Master shows up?" And he says, "Employ them if you wish. Their type of scum is right up your alley." And she says, "Even the Force user?" And he says, "No. I've been clouding his mind since he arrived, but he knows too much. Kill him." And she says, "As you wish, Goldmaker." And they leave.
That's a lot to take in.
So that is the end of that conversation. What you do notice on that door, you do know that.
What door?
This is like the top stairs, and there is a door at the top of
Oh,
these
okay.
stairs.
I was like, what door?
It's a similar door to the ones you have, but this one actually has like a swiper in it, like for the card you have.
Okay.
However, all your friends are below you. So at this point, I'm really hoping you're going to go downstairs and get your friend.
What would swoosh do?
You have no weapon.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't throw a wrench in his pocket. Don't make it
So you want
I'm
to?
playing off.
Okay, so
I know what Logan wants to do, but what Swoosh is going to do is.
yeah, you might want
It's
a
gonna be
weapon
interesting.
before.
It's going to be very interesting how this plays out.
You're gonna have to go get your. You gotta go get your.
Can I stealth down to the next level below me?
Yeah, you can sneak down. Go ahead and roll.
Stealth.
Well, the guard is long gone, and you know there's 15-minute intervals.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
That's not very long, even though it was good. 19.
Okay, yeah, you're super quiet.
I
In fact, Dex didn't even hear you show up.
He's out.
No,
No?
but he needs to come in now.
So he can come in with me?
You can now release him. You know how to open the door, right? You are now, one floor below you. There's another room just like this. Apparently, if you keep going down this spiral staircase, you just keep running into more rooms.
So I have to leave, or he can come in?
No, he can come in now.
Okay.
So bring in Dex.
Can I probably should sit this way.
Yeah, you might want to go to your seat now.
I did it! Is that what you intended me to do?
Nope.
Really?
Well, I'll once everybody gets
Right,
in here, we'll go through what you could have done and what was going on just for fun.
I did it.
No.
Seems like an odd order, but okay.
All right,
Permanent
so
sit, or should I?
this is a permanent sit.
Okay.
You, as you're standing there wondering what happened to Mephisto.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Swoosh comes walking in.
Hey!
Pop out of the toilet.
And Swoosh, do you want to tell him how to open the door?
Yeah, I'll tell you. There's a button. And you push it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it that hard?
Well, what some of the guys knew and were trying to get to was on this stone wall,
okay.
there are like circles that don't match the rest of the stones.
Okay.
And there's one directly in front of every door.
Had I done a perception check on that, I would have rolled a 1, so I probably wouldn't have seen
Well,
that.
this was one of the things you missed on the original perception
Oh,
check.
okay.
He didn't know it either. He just got real lucky with. We'll explain how everything worked out.
Okay.
In a minute.
So there's no, we're not gonna talk.
So okay, you
So-
let him out, and then you also can tell him that. Where's the rest of the guys? Also, you have some information that you can share
Oh,
at
I
any
know.
time.
Were you
with
upstairs?
everybody.
Yeah, I'm upstairs.
So he was above.
He was above you.
Okay.
So he comes down, opens your door.
Which is the reason I could hear him when he said.
Yes, he respawned. Well, we'll just bring everybody in.
That. All right. Yeah.
In fact, let's just bring them all
Do them
in.
one
So
at a time?
you guys go down to the next floor.
Look what I got!
Yeah, the next
You do
floor,
the
Chet can
fuzz
come
on
in,
everyone.
and then Tochum and then Gil.
So I can get him up.
Yeah, just bring the rest of them in,
Patrick and
because you're gonna walk all the way down.
Do I have to stealth all the way down?
No, because you guys know the Gomorian's ahead of you.
Hey.
I had a plan and everything.
Plan was pretty crappy apparently.
So what we're gonna do? Swoosh has finally gotten out, actually earlier than I expected. Well, I actually had a fail-safe. We'll explain it all because you guys have actually come up with stuff I had never dreamed you were going to do.
If you had, that'd become scary.
What did you do?
Is he naked?
Yeah.
Why are you
Hey, you might want to stop the recording for this part.
No, I don't think we do.
Just like, can I open the door? Hey, never mind.
Yeah, technically,
Put some clothes on.
as we go down the stairs, let's actually explain what we're looking at. So first of all,
Or not.
yeah, Swoosh App happens to be on the top floor, and he goes downstairs to get to Dex. Now, Dex, if I remember right, you've broken a bar.
I've got a bar busted on the door.
What?
And I'm holding
Use the force.
Oh, you used the force gate?
I got a rock.
I'm holding a piece of pipe from the cot.
Oh yeah, let's just start with you. How did you get out of the room?
Well, first I acted as if I was really injured.
Yeah,
So I had a guy, like a
He
guy.
pretended like he dove in the toilet. He let out this blood curdling scream, which you didn't get to hear.
I heard the scream.
No,
No,
it was, yeah,
it just happened.
yeah. He would have heard it on his next turn.
So a guy came over, and since he was over, I faked it real quick and I mind tricked him so that he would give me his card. He would
But he
tell-
opened the door first,
Yeah, he opened the door first.
which he didn't need the card.
I still got a card though.
Yeah.
I got his little pass card. He told me where the weapons are and where you guys are. And I found out that there's a new objective. Once we found a new person who imprisoned us. There's more to this than what meets the guy. We're not just being.
Do you want me to reread that, or do you
No.
want to try to tell him?
I'm still in
Or you're telling me? Okay.
You get to
We-
keep the
We had been hunted down due to some of our last events on the ship. I can't remember what the name was.
The Flying Bantha?
No. The last episode. I can't
Oh,
remember
your
what it's called
ship's
that.
name?
No, the flagship. What did you say that was called?
I don't remember having a name for that. It was just one of their.
Right, well,
The landing bay?
yeah. On that ship, we there was some people on there that we
Force pushing stuff into people and crush them against the wall.
We kind of ticked off the Sith Lord because we got out of the Jedi. So
I run back into my cell.
we're gonna need to kind of avoid him, but we may have to kill him.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, he mind tricked the dude. Had him open the door, which was a little shocking because he didn't use his card. He actually pushed a button on the wall. And then he came over and he had him give him his card. And then he asked him where his friends were, but
And the weapons.
yeah, he did his friends and his weapons. And he doesn't speak basic because he's a Gamorrean. He just pointed down the stairs. And then he told him to leave, and he went back downstairs. So then he sneaks downstairs, first person he comes across is Dex, who has a bar busted off his window. You want to explain that?
Yeah, apparently I was strong enough to break the cot and knock a bar out of the window the first trip. And then I couldn't do anything after that.
All right, and so the next, you guys will go down the stairs, and the next person is Chet. So you want to explain anything that's going on with you?
I threw a fabric at the wall.
You threw a what?
A fabric.
He broke the cot also,
Oh.
and he was trying to throw the fabric at the switch.
And then
He
the
watered it
Gamorrean
all
was-
up.
My plan was that the Gamorrean would go over there and be confused, go pick it up, and while I was picking it up, I tried to pickpocket it and thieves, but he was too far away. So then I had the idea of like throwing a rock out there or something closer to him so that he would go over there and
Like the next turn, he was going to see if he could get somebody to bend over close to the door and pick a
I was
pocket.
going to see if I could talk somebody to give me water.
Unfortunately, that key doesn't open the door.
Gosh dang it.
So who's next?
So the next person the next person you come across is Tochum.
Can I just say what?
You want to explain what your strategy has been?
Okay, so the first turn, I apparently hear a yell, or no, wait, was
You heard a hey
You
come
mean
from
get naked?
it? Yeah, and then
you heard a hey come from Bill.
yeah, but I didn't know it was Bill until after.
Yeah.
So, and then I used a
You couldn't
rock.
understand what he said.
I used a rock and my mechanical skills to break part of a bar. And then the next turn, I hear Bill. That's what I hear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yo,
He
Bill.
said Gil, but his perception check was horrible. He was
So apparently I hear him, and then
you guys have been critting like these perception checks.
a Gamorrean comes over, and I think, you know what? I'm gonna try to bribe him with some death sticks that I had in my butt. So I pull the death sticks out of my butt.
Hey, that's how you get him
Too
through
bad the
custom.
camera's not on your face when he told you that. That's
Yeah, so I
Well, it would, last time he came in and said, "Okay, do you really have death sticks in your butt?" Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're up there.
I wasn't sure if he was. You know,
no, this is how
this is how they transport.
I mean, who doesn't?
Han Solo. I learned from Han Solo. No,
He was still.
I will never be able to watch that movie.
so I told the Gamorrean, I was like, hey,
You want to buy some death sticks? No, they're in your butt.
give me, I'll trade you for your card. Because I knew he had a card. And he just used his axe. And
Yeah. Yeah, your perception, your check.
His persuasion check
His
was as bad as
persuasion
mine
check,
was.
yeah.
So he was not helpful. And then, yeah, that's it.
Okay, so next you guys go down to Gil.
Hold on.
And
Have any of us been applying the -1 on the condition track to any of these?
I've been using it in my mind.
Okay, because I just wanted to
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah, the -1 really hasn't affected anything.
Can I know what the perception was that I missed
On which one?
when I failed at
The trade.
the perception
The
check?
persuasion.
For your butt candy?
No, earlier when I had to leave the room and all of you guys got to hear.
Oh yeah. Because you didn't know about the switches on the wall either, right?
No, I didn't know anything about
You didn't know anything. You had the worst one.
it.
Yeah, you needed a. Okay.
You could throw his butt candy at the switch.
Yeah, a five got you the information you had. You needed a 10 to find out about what the rest of these guys. You only got you had the lowest roll. The rest of these guys knew that when the guard goes behind the wall, you could tell that he was walking up the stairs, and basically, and you had to leave at that point. But there was the primary reason you had to leave was because you were on the top floor. Because what the rest of the guys found out was after he leaves your room and you could hear that he goes up the stairs.
Yeah.
There's a specific amount of time, and then you hear him go down again. He doesn't come in your room again, but you hear him go by again.
Yeah.
And based on how long he's gone, if he's going up and there's similar rooms to yours, then you've kind of figured out that there's like 3 levels above me, so the 2 levels above me. Because they could tell by the timing that it's the same every time.
Yeah.
So that's what the rest of them are. You didn't get that information because you were on the top floor, so it just always went down. And then I wasn't going to give you the last bit of information because I didn't want you to just use a force push and open the door. So first of all, I never once expected anybody to start breaking the bars off the door, so I just had to make that up as we went.
Yeah.
Because you guys started wanting to kind of break the cot. Sure. So go ahead and give it a try. I wasn't expecting butt candy. And then, what was going to happen is the Gamorrean went through. Then I was going to go another round with you guys with no guards. And if nobody still got out, then I was going to go around with one of the human guards. And the final human guard was actually going to, on your floor, you were going to notice, he was going to actually cough like he's trying to get your attention. And you were going to see him lean against the wall, open one of the other doors, and go in and take a whiz, and then come back out and leave. So that's how it was. That was my out. That was my out. Was eventually somebody's got to get out of these daggone rooms. But yeah, I was gonna go that far. I was surprised that you guys were busting the doors down. So,
I tried to die into a
so
toilet.
he had some
He saw water and was like, "Oh, home."
So, all right. You guys
Alright, so before
probably
we go any further,
actually let's Go ahead.
approached my cell, and they said we need to go down to the bottom floor if we want to live.
Someone said that?
Yeah, he was
I
the
don't know.
first. Yeah,
It was a
you can read that if you want.
check my memory.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
There's a human face. But he clearly said to you, when you manage to escape, come to me on the lower level. I have a proposition for you. Tell your friends too, so we don't have to kill me.
So somebody actually expected you to get out.
Well,
That's why it was gonna. If it, worst case scenario, you were gonna notice that somebody intentionally let you see how to open the door.
I'm still chained up. So.
Yeah, you
It's getting a
don't
little
know
cold.
any of this. You just got to watch the whole thing.
It's getting a little cold.
All right, so you guys are all out now, and
Some more fun with Ziltoid.
well, hold on.
If you want, we can do that.
Once everybody has made it to the bottom of the stairs, you find a door without a window. The door flies open. There are 3 humans with blasters pointed at you, and a big Gamorrean gets in front of them and raises his axe right at you.
Oh crap.
Now we're going to go back to Kyle. So we're going to pause it here. We're at an hour and 51 minutes, so